Hey guys, it's me, and today we're gonna be doing a full face of first impressions. Well, full-ish. I think there's only but maybe a few things in here that aren't new to me. I haven't played with makeup in about a month, so yeah. I've just been super busy and everything. I mean, life has just been lifing, and you know what? I have a palette that I really want to play with. And we're going to play with that today, as well as some new things, because I need to figure out if there are certain things that I'm going to be keeping, and if there are going to be certain things I'm going to be parting with, and there are some things I'm trying to use up, so I can get new things and replace them with. This is going to be just like a cutesy little fun little video that I'm doing today for you guys, and yeah. Let's go ahead and dive on into it, but before we do so, if you guys are new here to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe, and also way down there, definitely give this video a thumbs up, because that'll help me out a lot. All my links are down in the description box below, which are the links to my Twitter, Instagram, and my music channel, and yeah, let's get started. First thing that I'm going to do is going to go ahead and prime my eyes like I always do, using the About Face eyeshadow primer. Love this stuff so much, and I am realizing that I need to bring my desk mirror up to me, so let me do this because I keep on forgetting to bring this mirror up to me whenever I'm filming videos lately. Like the last few times that I've filmed like makeup-y videos and everything, like the test video that I did using this camera, I did film a chit chat get ready with me for the look that I did for my return video, that haul video that I posted a few weeks ago. And I just always forgot to bring my desk mirror close up to me. So, oh shit, I turned the cap too far. Okay, good. Okay, I fixed it. The cap on this thing is broken. And so if I turn it too far and tighten it too much, the cap gets stuck. Well, I say the cap gets stuck. The one gets stuck in the stopper. So, yeah. I mean, I'm almost done with this guy. I think I'm like halfway into it, but still, I'm trying not to run out. The brushes that I typically use to blend out my eyeshadow primer are very dirty because I haven't cleaned my brushes in like a month. Using this double-sided Urban Decay brush that you can get whenever you purchase a Urban Decay palette. So, yeah, well, one of their naked palettes, I should say. Palette that we're going to be playing with, I am super excited to be playing with this. It's my first time trying anything from this brand, and I'm super excited about trying it out. This is from Unearthly Cosmetics, and it is the Don't Be Jelly Remastered palette, I believe. That's the full name of it. But as you guys can see, it just says Don't Be Jelly. I have been wanting this palette for a very long time. Like, look at this color story. It's got some like duochromes. I think it even has some multi-chromes in here as well. I am super excited about playing with this palette. You guys have no idea. I've been wanting this palette ever since I heard about it and everything. Even the original version I was kind of tempted to get, even though it was an all shimmer palette. But this one has some mattes in it, and I just love it. Love the packaging. For those of you who don't know, I am obsessed with bioluminescent jellyfish. So much. Like, I want to get a bioluminescent jellyfish tattoo. And it's just, oh, I can't wait to play with this. I think I know what I'm going to do. Okay, so the first color I'm going to dip into is going to be Sea Star. Right here, which, oh, right here, the purple. This matte purple. And I'm going to start out by popping this guy into my crease. Now, I've known of Unearthly Cosmetics for a very long time. I follow quite a few beauty creators here on YouTube who mostly work with indie brands and mostly use products from indie brands. And so I hear about indie brands all the time. And honestly, most of my eyeshadow palettes are from indie brands. Actually, let me zoom you guys in a little bit. Ooh. Okay. Now we can actually see what it is that I'm doing with my eyes. As I was saying, I follow a lot of creators who work with indie brands, and I just love indie makeup in general. Like, most of my palettes, like I said before, are from indie brands. And some of my favorite formulas, well, actually, I say some of my favorite formulas, all of my favorite formulas are from indie brands. I just love them. I just love them so much. Don't get me wrong, there are some like mainstream formulas that are really good. And like formulas from brands that have like investors and a whole lot of money poured into them and everything. But there's just something about the indie brands. They are always doing stuff that is like fun and exciting. And I'm always curious about what it is that they're doing. And they're always so innovative, so fun, so creative. And I just love what's happening within the indie space so much. So I just want to continue supporting indie brands. They're independently owned and operated, so it's just like they don't have like huge investors behind them. Like me getting this palette, I got this through like a pre-order because they were doing a restock of it, but before they did the restock, they had a pre-order go for it. So I had to like take part in the pre-order for the restock, just so I can make sure that I 100% get this palette, because I've been wanting this palette for a very, 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 very long time. A lot of people get upset with indie brands for like the price points and everything, because I mean, indie brands can be a bit pricey. Honestly, I get why they're expensive, especially when you have brands like Unearthly here have like specialty shades in their palettes. And so now I'm going to pick up this matte blue shade here, and it is called Lagoon. And I'm just going to pick it up on that same brush here. And just going to bring this onto the lid a little bit, but also take it into the crease. Just a smidgen. Mostly focusing this on the outer, I'd say, third of the lid. I really shouldn't be using this brush for this, but that's what we're doing. Now these kinds of blues are always tricky to formulate, so trying to make sure that I build this up in a way to where it won't go super patchy, because this particular shade of blue is always really tricky. I will say this though, it is building, blending. Okay, so this is what we got going on right now. I'm going to set that brush aside. Sea Urchin, really deep dark matte right here. Just going to take it on the tip of this brush right here, and we're just going to deepen up this outer V area. Just to add some extra depth without doing too much, because as you guys can see, it just darkened up that outer portion there without being too harsh. Also, I'm trying my hardest not to stare into the viewfinder, but it's really tricky because it's very obvious with this particular camera if I'm staring into the viewfinder, as you guys can see. Now, this is where I'm about to get creative. So I'm going to take this really tiny blending brush right here, and I'm going to pick up, oh, you guys can't even see it. I'm going to pick up this guy right here, this pastel matte green. And it's called Seafoam. And this guy, I'm going to put right in this inner corner, blending it into the crease, into that purple. getting really creative here, you guys. We're just playing with makeup, having fun with it, which I haven't done in a very long time. Where it's just like, you know what, we're just gonna let the creative juices run wild. And we're just gonna do stuff. Okay, so in this little pocket that we got going on here, I'm gonna take the shade C Space here. We're just gonna pop this into that little pocket that we got going right there. I'll even bring it on to some of that blue that we laid down earlier. Just bring it into that inner corner ever so slightly. Still want that green to be noticeable. C Space is a great name for this color. I'm hoping you guys can see the shifting of the color. This is just so pretty. This is what's happening now. We're getting like kind of grungy, smoky kind of vibes going right now. Now I'm going to take the shade Brine. That's what you call it, right? Yes, Brine. And I'm going to take it on the other brush that's on the side of this particular brush. It's just like a push liner brush. And again, like I said, we're letting these creative juices run wild. So I'm going to take this on top of that green. No, we're not going to use that brush. Instead, let's use this little tiny blender. I think this would work a lot easier for what it is I'm wanting to do. Oh yes, this is much better. I'm kind of using this as like our inner corner highlight. Oh, I am loving this look. It's like turning into like spacey, grungy, just beautifulness. Ooh, I am into this. Okay. I am really into this. I hope I don't fuck it up with the bottom lid. Alright, so we're gonna take a break from the eyes and we're gonna move on to the face. So let me zoom. Guys, ooh, not in. A little bit out. Not all the way, but a little bit out. So that way we can see the face better. I'm going to prime my face using this guy right here. This is from the Inculus. This is the Omega Water Cream. It's a moisturizer that is formulated to double as a primer. And I'm just going to take this, apply it all over the face. Well, on the areas that I know I'm not going to be applying makeup, I should say. Now, I do like this moisturizer as a regular moisturizer as well. And I do have another product that I could use as a primer, but it's an SPF. I'm not wearing this during the day, if you couldn't tell by the blackness that is outside my window. I am filming this video at night. Move on into foundation. For this, I'm going to be using a guy that I just got. I got this guy in gratis. And this is from Milk Makeup. This is the Hydro Grip Gel Tint. And I have the lightest shade, number 1. And I actually learned through vendor that this product is actually flexible, like the shades are flexible. And so I actually got a pretty good shade. It might be just ever so slightly too pale for me. Hey, we'll find out. And I'm just gonna apply this using a brush today because I simply cannot be arsed to wet a beauty blender right now. So just gonna apply it using a brush. I'm also applying it to the back of my hand, which is also something I don't normally do, but the candle lid that I typically use as a palette is very dirty. It needs to be washed. And again, I've put off cleaning it, so can't use it at the moment. Looks stunning. This looks so good. Ooh. Ooh. It doesn't even look like I have anything on. Like, it just evened me out. Also, this brush did such a great job. This is a brush that I received. I did paper in this brush and everything. I know Sephora is not cruelty free. But this is a pretty good brush. I need to find like a cruelty free dupe for this brush. This is a really nice little brush right here. This went on so seamlessly. I'm really curious as to how it would look applied with a sponge though. Okay, so next thing that we're going to do is that we're going to play with this guy. Now, I've already used this guy once before. This is from Rare Beauty, and this is the Liquid Contour in the shade Mellow. And I've used this once before, and I liked it. But when I did the rest of my makeup though, like the rest of my cheek makeup, how that is, it really hid what I did with this guy. So I'm just gonna put 2 dots in these parts of my face. As you guys can see, they are not even by any means necessary. I'm just gonna take the same brush that I used to apply my foundation with, and we're just gonna tap this out. Now this is a contour, so it is gonna be a bit more like neutral to cool toned. I am just curious as to whether or not this could potentially be my zhuzh, doing like more so like contouring instead of like bronzering, because we all know I love a good bronzer moment. Love adding warmth to my face, but maybe something like this can also be a nice little thing for me. And notice how I applied the product above my actual cheekbone and blend it downwards. When it comes to contouring, a lot of people like to go underneath the cheekbone, which is perfectly fine. Absolutely do that if that is your thing, but not everybody's face shape can really work with that. So I like to go in just right above. So that way, as you guys can see, it shapes the face more than if I were to try going underneath, like down here. If I were to try going underneath down here, it makes my face look more gaunt. Doing it like this will actually give it a bit more shape. And I just noticed that I did not put on any concealer. So let's do that real quick. I'm going to use Hourglass Vanish Concealer. I have the shade Creme. Yeah, Creme. And just going to take a dot here and a dot here. I'm starting to realize that this concealer has way more coverage than what is happening on my face with the skin tint, but I'm just gonna roll with it and just gonna blend it out using that brush that I used earlier. Just to soften up those edges. Just gonna take my finger and tap out that concealer. Just to help to like blend it a little bit better, to try to make it not look as harsh, which is going to be a little bit tricky considering that this concealer has a lot of coverage. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of that skin tint and we're going to go over the concealer with it. And go over those edges. like so. Just to give it a bit more of a more seamless blend. And I'm tapping it out because I still want to maintain some coverage. Because if I were to swipe it on, then it's going to shear out the coverage. Now let's move on into blush. And for this, I'm going to be using one of these mini LYS cream blush sticks. This is in the shade Focused. And this came in a 3-pack that they put out for holiday, this past holiday season. One of them I'm in the process of rehoming because it's just not going to work out for me. But one shade I do really enjoy. This one is a little bit more of like a neutral movie kind of tone. And I'm just going to pop some right on the tops of my cheeks. This brush is dirty, but it's the only cheek brush that I have that isn't the dirtiest. So I'm just gonna blend this out. Okay. I think I could probably get down with this color. I think this could be a nice color for me. Try this guy out. Now, this particular guy is a multitasking type of product. You can use this in so many different types of ways. It's very much like Charlotte Tilbury, like Hollywood Flawless Filter for Superstar Youth Glow. That guy. This is from Urban Decay. This is the Face Bond Luminizer. And I had the shade Mirror Ball, and I also got this guy in gratis. And since I shake well, so I'm going to do just that. I'm going to take some of this on the back of my hand. I'm going to take that small amount there. And we're just going to pop this onto the high points of the face. It's very liquidy. Okay. Which instantly makes me think that they envision this to be something that you would mix in with your products and not necessarily use on its own, like how I'm doing. This is how I want to use it though, because I don't necessarily want to use this all over the face. Mostly I just want to target this in certain areas. Very liquidy kind of product, which also makes me a little bit nervous that it might break down certain parts of my makeup. Not even sure if it's even doing much. Is this another one of those like glowy primer mishaps that I'm having here, where this is supposed to go underneath the makeup instead of on top? Because I am not seeing it doing anything here. Jury is out on this guy. We're not going to use it today. So I'm going to move on to using a different cheek product. And this guy I did pick up recently, and it is from Fenty. And this is the Demi Glow Light Diffusing Highlighter in Pretty Pearls. These guys are being phased out right now. They are limited edition, and they are being phased out at the moment. So if you're able to find these, get them. They are very pretty. They just give such a lovely glow to the skin. I had gotten one of these, I think it was summer of last year, I think. Or maybe later than that. I know it wasn't too long ago, but I got one of these and the color that I got just wasn't for me. It was a little too dark. And so I went ahead and returned it, and this particular color was sold out, so I couldn't exchange it. It was available at my local Sephora. Well, I say my local Sephora, the Sephora that I shop at. My local Sephora is one inside of Kohl's, which I do not want to shop at because it's not a freestanding store. I prefer shopping at freestanding stores. As you guys can see, it just gives such a lovely glow to the skin. It's very reminiscent of that of those Rare Beauty highlighters that are really popular, those powder ones that are extremely fragile. It's a very similar formula. I just feel as if it gives a much softer glow than those Rare Beauty ones. So if you're someone who wants a more softer, lighter glow to the face, then this would definitely be an option for you. But like I said, it is limited edition and they're finally phasing these guys out. They're not restocking them anywhere. So if you're really interested in these guys, now's the time to get them. Quickly do my brows because we're now done with the face, and then we'll be able to move on to the bottom lids. I'm just going to quickly fill in my brows. This is Anastasia Volumizing Tinted Brow Gel. Really like this guy. I have been missing using a regular pencil though, I'm not gonna lie. It's not a bad product, I just prefer a pencil. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and use my setting spray from Decay All Nighter. This is the hyaluronic acid watermelon one. Love this stuff. I look very wet. I look very summer appropriate. Even my eyes are very like glowy and showy, and I'm like into it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take Hydrospace, this guy right here, which again, I think this might be a multi-chrome. It might be a duochrome. I can't really tell under these lights. But I'm just gonna pop this right under the brows, just to give some extra shine. I know not everybody likes a shimmery brow bone highlight, but I do. Okay. This is something that I love to do. I will never let this die. Okay, yeah, this is pretty. I don't know how well it's gonna show up on camera, but in person though, really cool effect. Okay, and it really ties into like the purples and the blue, like just this outer corner here. It really ties into it really nicely. What I think I'm gonna do for the bottom lid is I'm gonna take, this is where things are gonna get a little bit possibly bad. I'm gonna take the shade Coral here, and I'm gonna try to not take too much of this shade, and just run this on the bottom lid. Really just tying it into that lash line there. Okay, this looks cool. This looks cool. Okay. So maybe now you guys can actually see what I'm doing with the eyes better. So yeah, just pop that onto the bottom lids, as you guys can see. Just adds just a little something something. You could probably maybe see the brow bone highlight more. Can ya? Can ya? I don't know. I just realized that the shade named Coral is a coral shade. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, to that point right there, that is good. That is perfect. Now we're gonna make another possibly chaotic decision, because I'm trying to use as many of these shades in this palette as I possibly can for this look. I'm gonna take this guy right here, Luminescence. Yes, Luminescence. Hopefully I was pointing to the right shade. This one. I'm just gonna focus this right here in the center, or try to get it on the center. Just gives a little bit of extra dimension down there without doing too much. I'm gonna take the shade Salty here for the final shade that we're gonna be playing with out of this palette. And for this guy, we're just going to use it on the inner corners. Like in this tear duct area. This is a very pretty look. I am very happy with this. Oh my god, I am loving this makeup today. So now we're going to do lips. We're going to move on into lips now. For this, I'm going to be using two types of products. Well, I say two types of products. One type of product that I am usually not the type of person to use in a, I guess you could say, a technique that I don't typically use, and that is lip liner and lipstick. So I got both of these through a vendor. These are from Makeup by Mario. We have the Ultra Suede Sculpting Lip Pencil in Smoky Pink, and then we have the Ultra Suede Lipstick in Aaron, and I believe these are minis. I don't think these are full-size products, especially like the lip liner here. Pretty sure the lip liner is a mini, and I'm pretty sure, well, I say I'm pretty sure, the lip liner I know for a fact is a mini. The lipstick, I'm pretty sure is a mini. Not really the line your lips type of person, but we're trying this guy out today. Trying out new things. Especially now that I have this scar on my lip here from when I had my really bad cold sore outbreak a few months ago. I'm wondering if I'm gonna have to start using lip liner with lip products. Alright, so the lips are lined. I do like this color. It's a very like neutral brown kind of color. I do like this kind of color. I like a good like neutral, cool toned, gray toned kind of brown. I don't know if I'll use the lip liner very often. It is a nice little combo because the lipstick is just a little bit lighter than the liner. So it does help to add some like definition and contrast in the lips and everything, but I already have very full lips, so I don't really need that kind of vibe going. Also, I do like the formula of this lip. It's a really comfortable lipstick formula. And I do like the color. This is like my kind of like go-to type of nude shade where it's a bit more like brown and cool toned. These are like my kinds of colors. I'm gonna go in with mascara and I'm gonna be trying this guy out one more time. I think I only have maybe like one or two more uses out of this guy. It's a little baby sample of the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Push-Up Lashes. Honestly, I cannot remember if this was just like a random gift that I got or if I got it through a vendor. I don't remember. It's not my favorite mascara, and honestly, I do think that it's basically out now because I remember it doing a lot more to my lashes the first few times that I used this guy, and it's not doing much right now, so I think this guy's dead. So this guy's gotta go to my empties bin. Milk Skin Tint. Really loving this. I do want to play with it a bit more because it is looking very glowy. It's looking very glowy. I am curious about how I could potentially work with this in a way because it's like, it is pretty shiny. I don't know if it's because of the moisturizer that I use as a primer or if this is just how this product is. It could also be in conjunction with me using the setting spray as well, but it is very glowy. It's not as shiny as other skin tints that I have used before in the past that have like a bit of a glow to them, but this guy, it's got some glow. It's got some glow, which I'm not 100% mad about either because I am very dry, so I like having some glow to my skin. The Rare Beauty Contour. This I think is going to be something that I'm going to part with, just simply because I just feel as if it just doesn't do enough for me. I feel as if I'm like, even though I did build it up, you still can't really tell that I put it on today. And I know that the lights that I use can kind of like drown out certain colors, but even when I look close up in my mirrors, I can't see where I applied it. So this guy, like, this is my second time using it, and I had the same issue the first time that I used it, and I'm having it again. So I think this is probably just not a product that's gonna work out for me. So this one I'll probably end up parting with. It's not a bad product, it's just that it's not for me. Face Bond, this is something I'm gonna have to try out again. Like I said, this particular video, it's not its time to shine. So we're not gonna be talking about this guy. The LYS Cream Lush Stick in the shade Focus, I do like. I think that is a really nice little color for me. It is a bit safe for me though, so I might still part with this one, but I'm gonna keep it for now. Fenty highlighter, love, 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 love. Okay, Makeup by Mario lip products. These guys, they're nice. I do like the lipstick formula. I think that's really comfortable. I think that looks really pretty. I really like this color for me because, like I said, I like these more like neutral browns, nudie brown kind of colors on me personally. I find that they just work really good with my skin tone. I find like your more pinkier nudes and more peachier nudes just do not look right on me, but these like true neutral brown nudes, these are where it's at for me. The liner I will probably part with, but the lipstick I can definitely see myself keeping. The Charlotte Tilbury mascara, it's just okay. It's nothing too exciting. It's a really soft kind of mascara, which I'm not mad about, but at the same time though, I just feel as if it just doesn't do enough. And I'm glad that I have this little baby thing of it and that it's not like a full size for time I even purchased it, because I just feel as if that this mascara is just not gonna do much. And I would much rather get this kind of effect from a cheaper mascara than something that is like Charlotte Tilbury. Just saying. The Don't Be Jelly palette from Unearthly Cosmetics. This is a beautiful, beautiful palette. I mean, look at these eyes. They are so pretty. They are so pretty. These shadows performed beautifully, absolutely beautifully. Created such a cool look. I wasn't even expecting to do something like this, like theatrical and like grungy and smoky. I typically don't go for dark looks like this ever, and hardly ever at all, but this is just such a gorgeous look. Absolutely gorgeous. I love this look. I love this look a lot. Like, let's just zoom you guys back in. Like, look, I mean, look at it. Look at the material. This look is so pretty. It is so pretty. Definitely want to try out more from this brand. I mean, they've been on my radar for a very long time, so I cannot wait to try out more from them. I don't know what my next palette from them will be, but very happy with this one. But yeah, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know that it turned more into like a tutorial than a get ready with me. I wasn't expecting that. I was like, you know what, let's make it a chit chat get ready with me and I'll talk about life and update you guys on things, but I did none of those things. I might do like a sit down video where I talk about like what I've been up to, what's been going on with me and everything. I might do that later, but today you guys are just getting a tutorial. Yeah, a chatty tutorial. Oh wait, this was a first impressions. That's what this video was. It wasn't even a get ready with me. It was a first impressions. It's time for me to go to bed. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys found it helpful and that you learned something from me trying out these products. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. So until then, whenever that might be, goodbye.